Oh, I didn't know you guys were there. I was so relaxed this morning. At any rate, welcome to my channel, Chit Chat and all that. Look, if this is your first time joining me, we are a women's channel and we talk about self-care, women's empowerment, dating, and marriage. So, if those are things that interest you, then you come to the right place, so consider subscribing. We have new content that comes out every Thursday, so make sure you hit the bell so you can be reminded. All right, ladies, do you have $10,000 to $30,000 sitting in the bank to spend for your wedding? I didn't. Is your budget more like $3,000 to $5,000 or less? If so, mama, you've come to the right place. Today, I'm going to give you 15 money saving tips to have a fantastic wedding on a shoestring budget. All right. And then at the end, I'm going to give you a bonus tip about how to save some serious money on your honeymoon. The first thing that's important is have a budget and stick to it. You don't have to have everything everybody else has. You only have to have in your wedding and your reception what's important to you. This is your day. So don't let people pressure you into anything that your heart doesn't truly desire. Remember to ask your friends for help with any and everything. Your friends are talented and they're going to be your most valuable resources. Second thing is a location. This, honey, will be your biggest expense. Try not to pick those places where it's all inclusive. Girl, I went to one and they told me 10 grand out the gate. I almost lost my mind. Look at venues that you can bring outside vendors in so you can negotiate your pricing with each person instead of having it all bundled into one. Look for venues that where you maybe have memberships or clubs where you can get a discounted rate. Like a women's club or the VFW or community centers in your area are also a great option. Weather permitting, take your wedding to a local park. It's usually way cheaper, sometimes like $50, $75 an hour to book a shelter. And then girl, you got picnic tables and built-in seating. Have it at a friend's house, in their backyard. Have a wedding at a church. There's a lot of ways to save money. You can get married at the courthouse and then have an off-the-hook reception with all the bells and whistles because you have a little extra money. The food, this is your biggest expense as well. People will tell you to do plated meals. Don't do a buffet, it's cheaper. Pasta's cheaper than doing meat. And if you have appetizers, don't have them people walking around with the appetizers. It's fancy, but it costs you because you have to pay for each of those people walking around. So just have them put it at a table and have stations. Or have a local restaurant cater. They'll either bring the food and just drop it off, or you can go pick it up. The only catch is you're going to have your family members help you with serving and cleaning up and things like that. Now that's what I did. Or another option is to have a food truck. Got a built-in kitchen and everything, utensils, all that stuff. Just make sure you check about how long it takes them to serve each person and try to limit the menu so it doesn't take as long. Number 4, that wonderful guest list. Most venues charge per plate. So the more money, more people, the more money. Limit the amount of people you are trying to have come to this thing. Look, your family's going to want to invite any and everybody up under the sun. The bottom line is, this is your day. And if you have a budget, I'm sure you don't want to screw the pooch on having Aunt Mildred, who you haven't seen in 15 years, come to the wedding that you got to pay for. So limit the number of people that you have coming. And then for those that can't come, have it recorded. Or they can just hit a link or live stream it. That way they can still participate in your special day. Number 5, decorations. Flowers are beautiful, but they're thrown away just a couple hours after the wedding. So think about doing artificial flowers, making your own bouquets, or they can carry candles or lanterns, or there's a lot of different options if you think outside of the box. Rent your linen, do your own wedding signs, use Facebook Marketplace to get a lot of the wedding items secondhand and it costs you next to nothing. And girl, go thrift shopping. You can even find a wedding dress at the thrift store, buy it, have it altered, and it'll fit you like a glove. If you want to save money on a bartender, you may want to consider hiring somebody from a bartending school. It's way less expensive. And hired a bartender from a school. They did an excellent job. You couldn't tell the difference. They dressed very professionally. They handled themselves well. And the school did all the background work with venue. Number 7, entertainment. The cheapest thing, an MP3. Do a planned playlist through Spotify or whatever kind of thing you're going to use, and a couple Bluetooth speakers. Have your friend run a playlist so that way you can change your music throughout the night. You can buy, borrow, and barter. Ask a friend to help you with all kinds of resources. If you know friends that are DJs, maybe you can do a favor for favor and have someone assist you like that. Or if you know someone that's in a band, that's your friend, ask them if they'd be willing to take their personal cut out, and if you just pay the band members. Another thing that you can do, find a photographer that is just getting started. Tell them that they can use all your photos in their promoting. They'll give you a discount. And then if I were you, I would get the pictures with the raw footage where they didn't edit it at all, and edit it yourself, or find a friend that can edit it for you. Another thing that you could do is, if you can't afford a photographer at all, hashtag get a neat hashtag and have all your friends take pictures. Hashtag them on social media so you have all the pictures from your wedding. So that's another way to do it. If you want video, rent video cameras, or you can have your friend come and shoot the video and just move it to different locations so you can have different kind of shots. You can get away with trying to do something during the week. That's even cheaper because most venues aren't booking throughout the week, so you can get a way better price. The thing I mentioned a minute ago was figure out what the peak wedding season is in your area and book your wedding outside of that time frame. So if wedding season is from June through September, then maybe you have your wedding in May or October. It costs you a whole lot less for everything. For your dress or your tux, don't spend $1 million on these shoes. Most wedding dresses are long, no one's going to see them. Dress for comfort, you're going to be standing a lot. And don't spend thousands of dollars on a dress. You can find a beautiful dress at David's Bridal. My dress was a whopping $199. I don't like to spend money, so at least not on that. So especially since I was only going to be wearing it one day. But if you still don't even have $199, then go to the thrift store and try some dresses on. Got actually really pretty dresses at thrift stores from brides, and got mad, got divorced, and just said screw it, and took their dress to the thrift store and gave it away. Someone's trash could be your treasure. Number 11, when it comes to booking hotels, if you're going to do blocks, you better doggone well make sure that every single person is coming, because some hotels will charge you a percentage of the rooms that you don't use. You might be better off putting out there some local hotel rooms in various different price ranges so people can just book their own rooms. When it comes to transportation, with number 12, girl, skip the limo. Get an Uber Black. Same difference, somebody else is driving you and it costs you a whole lot less. Look, for your gifts for your bridesmaid and groomsmen, try getting them like a tie clip or buy their tie. For my bridesmaids, I bought all their jewelry, so all their jewelry would match. And then if you don't want your people in your wedding to spend a lot of money, have them wear things they already have in their closet. That was my thing. I don't want nobody spending no money. That's ridiculous. Spend all this money for dresses and suits and whatnot they ain't gonna never wear again. That's not fair to them. I wanted everybody to have a good time. And women, everybody wear a black cocktail dress. All the men, you wear all black. Care of the ties, I took care of the bouquets, I took care of the jewelry and the tie clips. Everybody had a great time, everybody looked amazing, and it didn't cost them a truckload of money, and it didn't cost me and my now husband a truckload of money. So it's just something to consider. Now you've got those infamous save the dates and invitations. I would suggest if you're trying to save some money, do your save the dates on Canva. You can create some really nice looking invitations and then send them out online. That won't cost you nothing. And then that way you have money to get some really nice invitations and be able to send them out formally. I promised you a bonus. So here's the bonus. This is how you save on your honeymoon. Get yourself a credit card that has points and rewards and things like that. Use that credit card for all of your wedding purchases, down payments, everything. Because those points you can use towards your flights, towards your room. The second way, I know some of my good friends are going to be like, oh, Kelly, for crying out loud. But it is something you can do and save money. Credit card places are always offering these trips that you can take, and it only costs you $200, and you got to sit through some 2-hour presentation. Let me tell you, my husband and I did this. We went on a timeshare thing, sat through the whole presentation. We stayed in a 5-star hotel. Now, the timeshare was ridiculously expensive, so we didn't end up doing it. But we stayed at that hotel for, I think, 3 days. And then when your time's up there, you can book a lesser expensive hotel for the remainder of your stay. And that way, it's a little lighter on the budget, but the beginning of your honeymoon where it's really romantic, you can do that and it won't cost you about $200 up front. It's not for everybody, but if you got 2 hours that you can spare sit and listen to somebody beg you to do something, it's a way that you can save some money. At the end of the day, it's not all these people, and it's not what they want or what they want for you. Or when the rubber hits the road and you're really in this thing called marriage, it's just you and him. So start it off. Get out that gate in the beginning with you and him making those final decisions. Thank you once again for spending this time with me, and I'll see you next Thursday.